Transformers EarthSpark has been a breath of fresh air when it comes to new media, as it is bringing new concepts and ideas to the table that we've never seen before. It is also taking classic characters and expanding them into interesting interpretations, especially Megatron. One of these characters may not stand that far out, but she's got a fun toy that I want to talk about, and I don't feel like transforming Twitch. I'm Ben from Ben Talks Bots, and this is a review for Transformers EarthSpark Warrior Class Elita-1. Elita-1 has had a weird history with toys, as she never got one in G1. This was because she was a show-only character featuring in the episode The Search for Alpha Trion, as part of a female Autobot resistance on Cybertron. All of her toys up until this point have been repaints or retools of others, leaving for a rigid design philosophy in her toys. Surprisingly, in the past few years, the number of Elita toys have skyrocketed, with even her being a combiner in one instance. And after the release of her Legacy figure in 2022, which I may review in the future, we were all primed for a toy based on her character from the new EarthSpark TV show. Going over the character design, in general, it is always nice to see when female Transformers have actual vehicle parts worked into the robot, and not rely on shell forming for a slim physique. Not that she doesn't have a rockin' bod, it just doesn't have the whole car on her back, which is definitely a good thing. And in a weird sort of way, two Elita-1s in the span of a year had this same philosophy, with the Legacy one taking inspiration from Minerva and the EarthSpark design being entirely her own, obviously. A lot of the same shaping and boxy looks carry over from her show model, especially with the toy keeping the wheels on her back and using the front of the car as the chest. The head sculpt is super accurate, along with the rest of the sculpting. I do wish there was more though. I love the imitation doors on her hips as well. She also looks good with other EarthSpark figures, even if I only have Twitch. In terms of weapons, she comes preloaded with a mini handgun, and as part of her warrior class gimmick, it can become a more significant rifle by flipping it around in her hand. At first I thought it was an homage to her original gun in G1, and I don't even really know why I recognize this, but it's literally just Cog's gun. That's odd, right? The weapon stick is a bit goofy, but I do like changing between them like a fidget toy. Now for her downsides. The articulation. It's not very great. This is sort of fine at this price point, but you would have thought that at least head movement is a must, but oh well. The shoulders and knees work weird too. So overall posability is not great, but she does look good standing there. And I think that the intended audience for the toy won't even notice. Now let's get her into alt mode. Alt mode is nice and punchy, and I forgot to mention this in robot mode, but I love the pink used for the toy. You can really tell the type of character from just her vehicle. She's gonna mess you up and look good while doing it. It also reminds me a lot of Prime Bulkhead's Off-Roader, if it was owned by Barbie. A complaint I have is that it seems to be lacking paint, which given the style of toy makes sense, but silver on all the windows would look lovely. Don't get me wrong, I love how it looks, I just wish it was painted more. And maybe in the headlights too. It rolls well, and it feels pleasant to hold, in that it feels like a toy, if that makes any sense. Needless to say, this has replaced Netflix Elita-1 as my second favorite Elita figure I have. The EarthSpark figure is a lot of fun to mess around with, even if it doesn't have the basic movements we've come to expect in Generations. That being said, if you did have to choose, let's say, between EarthSpark and Legacy Elita-1, I'd go with the Legacy one, as that's just more coherent with a lot of my other figures, but that doesn't make this toy worse in any way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wanted to do a video to tie in with EarthSpark Part 2, so here we are. If you like this video, subscribe, as I have some amazing videos coming soon, and even some on the channel right now. Take care, and have a good one. Alright, Optimus, I'm here.
Whew. Oh man, you're super fast.
Ugh, what are you doing here?
Leo Prime sent me on training.
Right. Just don't get in my way.
I'm not one to judge, but there's a lot of bad guys down there. Maybe a bigger gun would help.
Better?
You betcha. Let's go kick some tailpipe.